شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أما بعد، عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول: إن أول الناس يقضى يوم القيامة عليه. ثم ذكر الشهيد ثم قال: رجل تعلم العلم وعلمه وقرأ القرآن فأتي به فعرفه نعمه فعرفها. قال: فما عملت فيها؟ قال: تعلمت العلم وعلمته وقرأت فيك القرآن. قال: كذبت، ولكنك تعلمت العلم ليقال عالم، وقرأت القرآن ليقال هو قارئ. فقد قيل: ثم أمر به فسحب على وجهه حتى ألقي في النار. Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, he said, I heard Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam say, the first people to be judged on the day of Qiyamah will be, and then the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he mentioned the first person, and that would be the martyr. This hadith is a lengthy hadith, so our focus is the next part that deals with the Quran. And then he, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, said, another man studied religious knowledge. He taught others and recited the Quran. He will be brought, the blessings of Allah will be made known, and he will acknowledge them. Meaning, to be brought forth on the day of Qiyamah, that you did this, you recited here, you taught this, you gave such a beautiful lecture here, etc. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, what did you do with him? This man will reply, and remember, he's a learned man. He will say, I learned religious knowledge, I taught others, and I recited the Quran for your sake. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will in return say to this person, kadhab, that indeed you have lied. For you studied only that it would be said, that you are a reciter of the Quran, that you taught people a hadith, that you gave such beautiful lectures. My beloved brothers and sisters in Al-Islam, this is not the purpose of studying the deen of Allah. This is not the purpose of studying the Quran. Studying the book of Allah, studying the deen of Al-Islam is one that is supposed to bring humility. Reconnecting to the book of Allah and learning the book of Allah is not something that you use and that you feel that I am better than people. That because you feel that you gave a good talk or you try to put yourself forth, that I am more learned than everyone else. Let us look at the end of this. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then explains. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order him to be dragged upon his face. To be dragged upon his face until he is cast into the fire of Jahannam. This hadith is collected by Imam Muslim in a lengthy hadith. So my beloved brothers and sisters in Al-Islam, there are many lessons from this hadith, but the main lesson is for those that are involved in the teaching of Quran, that is involved in da'wah, that is involved in Islamic knowledge. Rectify your intention, rectify your niyyah. For indeed, actions are judged by its intention. Let it not be that you teach or that you preach, that you call people to the deen of Allah so that people can speak about it. MashaAllah, how great the alim he is. Look what a beautiful talk he gave. No, this is not the purpose of studying. This is not the purpose of teaching, of being an imam, of being a hafiz, of being a qari of the Quran. But rather it is to gain closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Self-rectification, self-improvement. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to instill in us the ability to be humble. That when we do things for the sake of Allah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to grant ease to our Muslim brothers and sisters wherever they are suffering, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in Palestine, in Afghanistan, in India, wherever they might find themselves, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings ease to them, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He destroys the enemies of Al-Islam, because they are working day in and day out to destroy this deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide each and every one of us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر